Tie-dyeing is a fun, easy, and cost-effective way to personalize your wardrobe. I got a $20 kit from the craft store and a $2 shirt, so all in all I'm spending about $5 to $7 per shirt. A tie-dye shirt bought from the store that's handmade can cost upward of at least $20, so this is definitely the best way to go. Tie-dye comes in many variations involving different techniques and design patterns. Some commonly known design patterns are ones such as the spiral, the crumple, the sunburst, and the bullseye, which we will come back to. Tie-dye is infused into most of my life. I have a bunch of tie-dye clothes in my closet, I have tie-dye in my car, and I even have a tie-dye backpack. Even though tie-dye became a fad in the 60s and 70s, it's still a very relevant fashion choice today. And it's quick, fun, and it can only cost you a few dollars by doing it yourself. With roughly 3 supplies, you can make any number of tie-dyed garments. You can make scarves, socks, dresses, bags, and even more. Today, I will teach you some basic tie-dye steps by showing you the design technique for the bullseye pattern. It is important to start by prepping your workstation. Now the dye will stain, so you want to make sure that you cover your table, you cover the floor if you're inside, and you want to make sure that you cover your hands. Now I covered the floor and the table with plastic trash bags, and I will put gloves on in a little bit. Tie-dye comes with, you're going to need 3 materials. You're going to need the dye, the shirt, and you're going to need some rubber bands. Now, a basic tie-dye kit will come with the dye and the gloves and the rubber bands. The shirt you will buy separately. Tie-dye comes with dye packets, which you insert in these bottles and you add water and you shake it. You don't want to let the dye sit for longer than 45 minutes or else the dye will not be as bright when applied to the fabric. The shirt, now you need to make sure that you wash your shirt, and this is for 2 reasons. The first reason is that there's a substance called sizing that's put on most shirts. Now sizing is what makes shirts look not wrinkled in the store. However, it doesn't allow the dye to be effectively applied when it's on there. So you're going to wash the sizing off, and you also need the shirt to be damp. So the best time is to put it in the washer, and as soon as you pull it out, apply the dye soon after that. Now I've already washed this shirt, it's damp and it's ready to be dyed. For the bullseye, you can see that the focus is the center of the shirt. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to find the center of the shirt, which is about here. We're going to pinch both layers of it and pull it straight up. You see that it forms kind of a cone shape, and that's what you want. Now I'm going to apply the first rubber band, which is going to be the middle section where we see green here. So I'm going to put this rubber band on, and you can make as many rings around the center as you want. For this one, I put 2 additional rings, and I'm going to do the same here. So I just apply the rubber bands, and you don't want to make them too tight because a little bit of color bleeding for each section is desirable, and you'll see more when we apply the dye. So now that I've done this, I'm going to put my gloves on and get ready to apply the dye. I want to make sure that I don't get any dye on my skin because it will take a few days to come off. I'm going to apply the dye over a cooling rack, and this is so the fabric is not sitting in any excess dye. If it sits in the excess dye, it may turn brown and get too soaked, and that's not something that we want. So I'm going to begin applying the dye, and I'm going to do different color combinations than I did in my example, because each tie-dye is a prime opportunity to create something unique. So I'm going to apply the dye, and you don't want to soak it. You just want to make sure that it covers and it's going to seep through to most of the fabric. And white spots are okay. As you can see in my example, there's white spots all throughout, and it looks completely normal, and it's often desirable in small portions. This end portion is going to take up most of the dye because, like the blue here, it takes up most of the shirt. So I'm going to apply this on most of the shirt. I'm going to lift up certain folds, make sure I'm getting the majority of the shirt, And again, white spots are fine, so I'm not gonna, be too diligent about it. I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna see how it's seeped in through the other side. And I'm gonna apply more. Again, you wanna remember not to soak it, because if you soak it, then the colors might bleed through too much and again might turn brown. So I'm almost done here, just have to apply red. And when I'm done, I'm going to put it in this plastic bag. You can use plastic wrap if you want. Either way, you need to tightly put the fabric in plastic, and you're going to let it set for at least 6 to 8 hours. Now, the longer you let it set, the brighter the colors will be. So sometimes I'll let mine sit at least 24 hours. After you let it set, you're going to take it out. You're going to run it under running water until the runoff is clear. You're going to get off all the excess dye. Then you'll cut the rubber bands off, you'll put it in the washer, and you'll wash it by itself with warm water. Now you're probably going to want to wash it separately for the first few times you wear it, because you don't want the dye to run off onto your other clothes and ruin them. So as you can see, in just a few short minutes, I have created something one of a kind to wear. Tie-dye is a cost-effective way to really make your wardrobe unique and really make a statement. With little money and effort, you can tie-dye garments to be any design, any color, any way you want it. You can even make up your own techniques. So I hope that today I've inspired you to explore the art of tie-dye.